The NFL draft is almost upon us now. We're only about a month or so out now. The NFL combines are starting to take place, so I thought it'd be a good time to release who I believe are the best 5 players in this class. This is the whole reason why I started this channel in the first place, is to go through NFL prospects. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe if you do, and let's get right into it. So since about 2021-ish, I've done prospect reviews just kind of on my own time, but now that I have a channel, I kind of wanted to cover it on here. It's actually the main reason why I started the YouTube channel. So, I've done a lot of research into this class, film watch. I've read extensive prospect reviews on a bunch of the top guys. So we're going to cover all of that in this video, and let's get into who I think are the top 5. So we're going to start with an honorable mention. This one I'm going to put here at number 6, I guess. David Bailey, the defensive end from Texas Tech. His 2025 stats included 76 tackles, 23 of those for loss, 14.5 sacks, and 71 pressures. David Bailey is the most explosive and the fastest pass rusher in this class by a long shot. He, I think, is the best overall pass rusher in this class. He is the best body of work of really any player. He has just great production over his career. This year he ended with 14.5 sacks. He played at Stanford for 3 seasons before that, had at least 7 sacks in each season at Stanford. He is just a consistent pass rusher who is constantly getting to the quarterback. He wins very early in his matchups. His speed, like I said, his explosiveness is off the charts. It's very hard for the opposing tackles to keep up off the jump with David Bailey. He has a great dip move. He flashes an inside spin to complement his speed. Just when you think you're adjusting to his speed, he can spin it to the inside, which is a pretty advanced move for a college edge rusher. The only reason why he's not quite in the top 5 is because he can kind of struggle a little bit against the run, and he is a bit lighter than you'd like. He's sitting at around 245 pounds. So he does project well as a 3-4 edge rusher, but in a 4-3 he might have his struggles a little bit. And you would also like to see a little bit more power from him, some raw strength, being able to push a tackle backward, being able to get underneath those shoulder pads and really push upward. But overall, he's a great prospect with just a few areas to address. But I do think as a pure pass rusher, it doesn't really get better than David Bailey in this class. And if he can just polish up his run game a little bit more, his ability to make secure tackles and to push tackles back a little bit and to make plays in the run game, I think he could absolutely end up being one of the best players out of this class. So number 5, we have Ruben Bain Jr. from Miami, another defensive end. I have him 1 slot above David Bailey. His 2025 stats include 70 tackles, 18.5 of those for loss, 9.5 sacks with 71 pressures. Ruben Bain is a very strong defensive end, kind of opposite to what David Bailey does. Even though Bain is a good pass rusher, Bain relies more on power than he does speed typically, and he's just a disruptor. He gets great angles on tackles. He's able to make plays in the run game as well as the pass game. He's the most complete edge rusher, in my opinion, in this class. He can kind of just do a little bit of everything. Now that sometimes can be dangerous. You don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of none, but I do think that he's so good at each trait that it doesn't really matter. He is a massive part of Miami's national title run, just made plays constantly on defense. He has a great motor. I think he's going to be a good leader in the NFL and a good fit for any defensive culture. I think he's just going to slot in right away and have production. He's sitting at around 275, 280 pounds. So he's just versatile. You can move him around the line a little bit. Probably will perform best in a 4-3, but either way, I think he's still athletic enough to even perform in a 3-4. I think you can be very versatile with him, use him kind of as a chess piece on your defensive line and move him around. He can play inside the tackle or outside. It makes for a very difficult matchup for a lot of these tackles. He's able to beat you with speed off the edge, or he's able to beat you with power on the inside. He might lack ideal speed. He's mostly a strong defensive end. And the one thing you're going to hear about a lot with Ruben Bain is his arm length. But for me, I just think he makes up for that with raw power and play recognition. He's able to diagnose plays very well. He's able to get in the backfield very easily. Like I said, he's very versatile. And in my opinion, he's one of the best edge rushers in this class, maybe the best overall edge rusher out of all of them in this class. All right, number 4, I have Sonny Styles, the middle linebacker from Ohio State. He in 2025, he had 77 tackles. For 7 of those were for loss. He had an interception, a forced fumble, and a sack as well, kind of just all over the field for Ohio State. Sonny Styles actually just performed at the Combine yesterday. Wasn't able to watch the Combine, but I saw that he absolutely tore it up. He's 6'5", 245 pounds. His Combine numbers were amazing. He's tall, he's rangy. He started as a safety at Ohio State, and then they transferred him over to linebacker, and you can just tell by the way he plays, he used to be a safety. He's great in pass coverage. He has great eyes for the quarterback. He knows exactly what the quarterback is going to do before he does it. He's a great athlete. And honestly, for being a former safety and not being a traditional linebacker, he's a very reliable tackler. He makes a lot of the tough tackles on the inside in the run game, on tight ends, whatever it may be. He's able to bring them all down, which is pretty impressive considering his past. The number one thing Sonny Styles does very well is he's fantastic in pass coverage. We've seen Sonny Styles guard slot receivers, tight ends. I mean, he can just pretty much guard whoever you need him to guard on the field, and that kind of versatility is extremely rare from a linebacker coming out of college. His speed, his quickness, his versatility, it's just through the roof, and he's also pretty decent as a pass rusher. He's very explosive off the ball. There's really no real weakness in Sonny Styles' game as a linebacker. I've seen comparisons to Fred Warner, how he can just kind of just do whatever you ask of him. I think he could also be a very good leader. He's got a very good motor. And yeah, Sonny Styles, I think, is one of the best players in this class as a pure athlete and in terms of versatility. And I have him sitting here at 4. All right, next up we have Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. In 2025, he had 199 carries for 1,300 rushing yards, 18 rushing touchdowns, 280 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. Jeremiah Love is the best running back in this class, and it's literally not even close at all. This running back class isn't the best, but Jeremiah Love makes it much better. He has great vision and burst, and he adds on to it with the ability to break tackles. Similar to Sonny Styles, there's no real weakness in Jeremiah Love's game. Whatever you ask him to do, he can pretty much do. He can even catch out of the backfield. He's a very smooth route runner. Just really can do whatever you need him to. His breakaway speed, his great explosiveness, he can put his shoulder down, he can run you over as well. He can kind of just do everything you need a running back to do. So like I said, there's really no weakness here. I mean, I could go on and on about what Jeremiah Love is able to do, but he can kind of just do everything. I think he's going to make an immediate impact to whatever team drafts him. I think he's maybe the most NFL ready prospect out of this entire class. Whatever team ends up with Jeremiah Love is going to get a playmaker right away. I think he's going to go very high, top 10 in this draft, even as a running back, and I think rightfully so. So number 3 here, Jeremiah Love, I think he has to be a top 3 player in this class. So number 2, my second best player in this class, I have Arvell Reese, the edge / linebacker from Ohio State. In 2025, he had 69 tackles, 9 of those for loss, 6.5 sacks, and 9 run stops. Arvell Reese has been kind of a riser in this class. He wasn't getting too much hype in the beginning of the year, but his tape and his play from this year really elevated him. I think he might be the most complete player in this class. He's just a football player. He can do anything you want him to do. He has great instincts as both a pass rusher and a linebacker. We've seen him play off ball at a pretty high level. We've also seen him rush the passer at a very high level. He was used as kind of a chess piece for Ohio State this year. It just kind of moved him around and was sort of a Swiss Army knife for Ohio State on defense. I think he's really, really good against the run. He's strong. He can get the pads down and make a hit on a good running back, and he has really elite speed for a chase down as well. Arvell Reese is a very fun player. If you need help overall on defense, Arvell Reese will be a great addition to whatever defense, whatever scheme you're running. I think he'd probably fit best in a 3-4, but I could also see him work in a 4-3 as one of those off-ball linebackers as an occasional rusher. He honestly, he was also playing as a QB spy and in coverage at Ohio State, which it's pretty crazy that he's able to lock down slot receivers and tight ends similar to Sonny Styles in coverage, but then also be able to rush the passer as well. He's extremely versatile. He is a fantastic edge rusher. I think he'll project best as an edge rusher in the NFL, just based off his skills and his tools. But I do think Arvell Reese is one of, if not the best player in this class. So yeah, I have Arvell Reese here at number 2. And number 1, the best player in the 2026 NFL draft, in my opinion, is Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback from Indiana. In 2025, he had 3,535 passing yards. He had 41 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, and he had 7 rushing touchdowns. In my opinion, similar to Jeremiah Love, best quarterback in this class. It's not even close. Has to be the best quarterback. He's a very complete quarterback with no real weakness on tape. Occasionally he can hold on to the ball a little bit too long, but he really cleaned that up this year. And he can make every throw on the field. I think he'll be able to do the same at the next level. Mendoza might lack sometimes the ability to stretch the field completely, but he can make every throw that you need him to. He can make every NFL level throw, and he's extremely accurate. His ball placement is fantastic. He's able to put the ball on a rope over the shoulder passes. He's done that so many times this year. He operates mostly out of shotgun and RPO, which is good for a lot of NFL teams who run a lot of that. The biggest critique, like I said, was that he held the ball a little bit too long, but this year he really cleaned that up. He was sacked 41 times in 2024, and now this year in 2025 he was only sacked 25 times. You can contribute that to the offensive line as well, but when it comes to getting the ball out quicker, making his reads faster, and being able to process a defense, Fernando Mendoza is second to none in this class, and he has a motor. He is extremely durable. He's able to take some big hits in the backfield. He's able to shake them off very quickly. He's able to shake interceptions off very quickly. He has a great mentality, and he can read a defense really well for somebody at his level. Overall, I think he's the best player in this class. I've seen a lot of comparisons for Matt Ryan here, which I think is a pretty decent comparison, but Mendoza adds one thing that Matt Ryan didn't really add too much, was the scrambling ability. So he's able to move a little bit. He's able to get outside the pocket. I think Matt Ryan's a pretty good comparison for Mendoza coming out. And overall, Fernando Mendoza would have to be my best player of this class.